Sometimes the best comfort food on the planet is some of the simplest and quickest. And a toasted cheese sandwich has to be up there as one of those incredible comfort food dishes.
My version is, I believe, the ultimate toastie. Oozy on the inside, but topped off with a crown of crispy cheese.
So we start with bread, humble white bloomer. Then we got a good cheddar, red Leicester. I've got some butter, and then that's pretty much the basis of the great cheese toastie. Just do a light buttering. We're going to turn it over and do both sides. Get yourself a box grater, and you can use any cheese that you love. That's going to melt nicely. Pick this little baby up, and we're going to put it into the pan. So what we want to do is spend about 3 minutes on each side getting it beautiful and golden. If it's too hot and you do it in a minute, it'll just be cold in the middle. We don't want that. So it's that perfect temperature to get the middle oozy. Now I'm going to place some weight on the top.
For 3 minutes, just wait. And get ready for the best bit. The making of this little toastie's crispy crown.
The way I developed the perfect cheese toastie was put too much cheese in. As it cooked, it oozed out, it went down the sides. This came out, and that was the kind of eureka moment. Because it's like, okay, I love me oozy lava of cheese, I'm into all that. But when this happens, crunch. Wow. So what we want to do is reenact in here the mistake that oozed out of that beautiful cheese toasted sandwich. I'm going to grate a layer of cheese around the bottom of my little pan here. And almost think of it like a little doily. And we're going to take this cheese sandwich and we're going to put it bang on top, and we don't touch it. One little thing I love is just a tiny little pinch of KM. Tiny. You probably won't even see it, but you will taste it. Not as in hot, but as in like kick. Can you see how it's just peeling away like that? That's a good sign. Be quite rough with it. Don't be scared of it. And then you get underneath it and you just hold it. And by the time that we count to 30, we've then created our crown. Then we put a little bit more cheese and we put it in the middle. And this is the final turn. 4 turns to perfection, guys, 4 turns. I mean, come on. Look at that. When have you ever seen a cheese toastie like that? Imagine that turning up at breakfast in bed. Let's get the brown going. Let's get the ketchup going. Go and grab that mango chutney out of the back of the cupboard. It's been there for years, just waiting, lonely, waiting to be used. Now the moment of truth. Crispy, gooey, fluffy, golden perfection. That's what I'm talking about right there. Break it, squeeze it. So it all starts with 16 boneless, skin-on chicken thighs. You might have to go to your butcher's for it because we really want the skin on for this. The bone definitely out. We don't want that because it's going to be a kebab. We're going to carve into it. And beautiful free-range chicken for sure. And then look down here, guys. We want a specific quantity of beautiful spices. And this is what the Turkish are so clever at, layering those flavours.
First, you want to make a spicy paste that will give your chicken brilliant flavour. Heat your dry frying pan, then put in 10 or so cardamom pods, and about a teaspoon each of cumin seeds, coriander seeds, and fennel seeds.
Just waking up the flavours, getting them toasty.
Add a pinch of salt and pepper, and a level teaspoon each of allspice, cinnamon, cloves, and sweet smoked paprika. Toast for 2 minutes, then use a pestle and mortar to smash together the spices, 8 cloves of garlic, and 4 bay leaves.
This bashed up paste here is the basis of all the enjoyment and flavour of this whole dish. This is where it all starts.
Go in with 4 tablespoons of natural yogurt, a splash of olive oil, and a heaped tablespoon of smooth peanut butter. Then pour the mix over the chicken and prepare to get messy.
A nice little massage up. And I'm really pushing the flavour into that meat. Whether it's a little skewer or a big skewer, the principles are all the same. We're going to go onto here with a lemon. It's kind of like a bookend. It keeps it all nice and tight.
Fold the chicken thighs and stick them onto your spike, with half tomatoes at the ends and chunks of red pepper and onion in between. The chicken will need to marinate in the fridge for a good few hours, ideally overnight. Now, I'm going to make the dough for the flatbreads. That'll wrap my chicken in when it's cooked.
For this recipe, 1 kilo of flour is what you need, but I'm blending white flour, strong flour, with whole grain flour. And that's going to give it that lovely kind of richness of flavour.
Add 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds, a pinch of salt and a teaspoon of baking powder to the flour, and bring it all together with 550 ml of cold water. Knead the dough for 2 or 3 minutes until really smooth, then cover it with a damp cloth. With my sauce, hummus and dough all done, I'm ready for the exciting bit. The grilling over an open fire of my great big chicken kebab.
I want the rendered fat to start going on the coals, and you hear that pss, 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 and that turns into beautiful little spurts of smoke, and that's what's going to give it that colour and flavour as well.
When the meat's ready to be sliced, roll out your first flatbread.
We want it to be about 1 centimetre thick.
And cook it on a cake rack over the coals.
Look, 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 see? Whoa! There you go. Bubbles of joy. OK, chaps, it's that time. Honestly, this is like a dream.
To serve, kiss the flatbread with hummus, a sprinkle of herby tabbouleh, some dabs of amber sauce.
Let's get those gorgeous bits of charred meat.
And top with your favourite pickled veg.
And that will be a kebab like you've never had before.
Then wrap it up and give in to pleasure. Dates are the central ingredient of a sticky toffee pudding. So if you want a great pud, you've got to have great dates.
These medjool dates, they're so meaty and sweet and delicious, and they have the most outrageous sort of caramelly flavour. Now, we had dates obviously when I was a kid.
Only at Christmas.
But they were a little bit drier, a bit more like
crusty.
Yeah, they weren't as lovely as that. So Mum's going to motor through those.
Start by removing the stones from 450 grams of dates. To soften them and give them an even better flavour, I'm going to soak them in tea.
Mum, you probably won't be expecting this. Earl Grey tea bags.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cover 4 tea bags with 300 millilitres of boiling water and leave to steep for 3.5 minutes. Add the de-stoned dates to a blender with a level teaspoon of cinnamon and half a grated nutmeg. Then pour the Earl Grey tea onto the dates and let them sit for 10 minutes with a lid on.
So, Mum, creaming. You all right to do it?
Yeah, I'm good at creaming.
OK. So we're going to go in with 170 grams of butter, and then I'm going to follow that with 170 grams of golden caster sugar. Really, really important, muscovado sugar. This is going to give it its fudgy, sticky toffee puddingness. So in with 170 grams of that. Mum, if you can get around there and crack in 4 eggs, one at a time.
Ooh.
Once all 4 eggs are beaten in, gently fold 340 grams of self-raising flour into the mixture. Then blend the tea-soaked dates until smooth and add them to the bowl.
Lovely.
We're folding all that in. Oh, Mum, smell that.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Pour the mixture into a tin that's been greased with butter and dusted with flour. Put it into the oven to bake for 45 to 50 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius.
So, Mum, in here, what we have is 250 grams of butter and 250 grams of sugar. And as you can see, I've got half golden sugar and half muscovado as well, just to make a nice sticky toffee pudding sauce. I'm going to add 50 mils of rum and I'm going to flame it.
Oh,
Don't be scared. And we go straight in with 300 millilitres of double cream, OK? And it will give you the most incredible sticky toffee pudding sauce. The illustrious sticky toffee pudding. Beautiful sponge, smells lovely. 1, 2, 3. Go on.
oh, that's lovely. Look at the steam.
Now a trick that transforms the pudding, painting it.
As you put this incredible sauce on top, it kind of seals it and it stops it getting dry. There is one last thing I'm going to do. We're just going to put a little salt on top. It's just that whole kind of thing about the palate just exploding, that salt and sweet. Delicious. So there you go, Mama. The ultimate sticky toffee pudding. Let's have a little portion up, and as we take this, it's just going to gush out. Ah. Go on. Okay.
This looks amazing. Oh.
Now can you tell why I brushed the outside? It's like crispy hard.
Gorgeous.
It's definitely not the most healthy dessert on the planet, but life without sticky toffee pudding ain't really worth living, is it?